You get a part 2. My phone only records 10 minutes. So here's part 2 of how to tie a double bucktail. If you haven't seen part 2 yet, or if you haven't seen part 1, don't watch this. Go find part 1 on my channel. Picking up right where we left off at the end of part 1. We're just tying that chartreuse layer of bucktail in. And we're covering up all the space. Covering up all these gaps. Okay, and then what I do after you get that, I flip it over and put the hook side up. And then I take just a little bit more black bucktail and I'm going to spin it. And if you don't know what spinning is, I'll tell you that too. For one, it helps displace water. And the more water you displace, the more noticeable your lure is. Take another little bit of bucktail, pull out the shorts, pull out the longs. And with spinning, I do follow the rule of halves. Ouch. Hook sharp. Lay it down on the top so you've got about an inch, inch and a half sticking out past your jig head. Then you're going to wrap it around 1, 2, and pull that tight. And what that's going to do, you see how that hair kind of fans out? That makes a collar, and it kind of makes this a weedless jig so that you can tie it or throw it in grassy conditions. Fold it down just a bit, and then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut this collar down so it's not covering the hook. And then I'm going to use my scissors as a pick and I'm just going to fan that out a little bit. Get it all nice and fanned out. Oh, that looks like shit. What did I do? What did I do? Okay, there we go. Fold her down. Give it a little bit of a pretty look to it. Make it all fancy. You don't want it to stick up straight up, but you also don't want it to just lay down either, because that defeats the whole purpose of spinning it. So once it's all the same general length, I'm going to add that last finishing touch in, which is a couple strands of flashaboo. And this I'm going to run long. I'm not going to trim any excess off. Run it down the side. 2 wraps, maybe 3. Come up over the head. Run it down the side. Then you're going to hold it parallel to each other. Throw on your couple of wraps, and now we're ready to finish this jig up. Take the old whip finish, again hook end around, and then twist. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Push out the curved end, keep it tight with the hook and pull tension. Now you have a knot that's tied. You got a jig that's tied. I'm going to throw one more knot around that. I don't feel too good about that. And with jigs, there's never enough, or there's never too many knots either. So if you feel like you need more wraps, you just go right ahead and put more wraps in. I'll tell you what, the fish aren't going to notice a few extra wraps. There is such thing as too few. And again, with the head cement, I'm not gonna use fire to cure this one. And when you apply your head cement, you kind of want it pointing down. That way, if it does run, it doesn't run onto your material. So there, when this cures, I'll show you guys what it looks like. And then when the ice melts this year, I'll get some underwater footage of it so you can see how it swims. The brand of jig head that I used on this guy is Owner, just because